All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Erick from AHA Americans Helping Americans. We're a little bit late here. Just going live. Want to talk about some creative real estate investing domination network meetup that we're going to have on November 20th. Yes, hopefully you're out there. Vote, vote, vote. Looks like there's not many people voting, or I should say, not people working and kind of just in the groove of seeing what's going to happen with this current election, right? So that stuff is on fire. Stuff is flowing all over social media and online, and people are just tripping, right? So let's see. Prayers are out there for your family and for others, even the good, the bad, the ugly, the evil, and all that good stuff, and even the awesome ones out there, right? Just pray, pray, pray. We pray for our country and vote, 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 vote. Okay, but I'm going to talk about creative real estate investing today. We kind of been going through this new platform. I won't share the name quite yet, and then I'll let you know whether it's good or bad or what issues it may have. Kind of having some small issues right now where it's, it's supposed to give you this data and it gives you all the skip tracing and, all that good stuff together, all rolled in one, and postcards and, other stuff. I believe it's, what is it? What is that? What was that right there? What is it? Text messaging. I don't know, but it's using your own phone, some AI stuff. Haven't touched on all the bells and whistles quite yet. But not liking the postcard feature, right? And you got to watch out because it'll, charge your card here and there when you're not looking, kind of like a nickel and dime type thing. REI Reply does that too, but it's at least what is being done. You can have it recharged if you set it up that way and set up different parameters, or just, it'll just stop, right? So you can control what you're marketing and then figure out what's working, what's not working. What I don't like about this is that it does give you the information. The app is a little slow. Loads take some time to load. It's not quite, it's user-friendly, but not really user-friendly to a degree. If you know the stuff, you're fine. If you've never seen it, CRM, then you're going to have a hard time trying to figure out all the stuff that goes with it. But that's kind of what's happening right now. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Put my mug right there. And but that's what's happening with this one. So we're going to test it out. The other ones we like because they're delivering, they're doing their thing. We're giving the text and reading this voice message and things of that nature. So with this, just maybe got to, before I squash it and say, man, forget it, don't like it, then need to give it a little bit more time. You can add, I guess, seats or features or partners and drivers and things of that nature. But then again, here comes the more nickel and dime stuff, right? Charge you for this one, charge you for that one. Here's the price for 3 or 4. And all that good stuff, right? Now, I get it with the skip tracing. They give you more data, which is fine. Give you a little bit more data than others, but how good is the data? So we're going to find out how good the data is once we dive in and double check it up against, Batch and PropStream and all the other platforms and see how good that platform is in regards to the data that it's giving you. How accurate are foreclosures? How accurate are the pre-foreclosures? Is it giving us default information like others do? And a lot of them don't, right? And at the same token, what else can it do, right? Postcards are fine, but you know what? I think what's really popping is people like them letters, right? They get a letter and it says, here's the price I'm willing to offer you. Here's Zillow, what Zillow thinks the property's worth, and all that stuff is getting people to call. Postcards are postcards. People look at them, the shit count. Not that they don't work, but they do. Hey, how do you take care of your email or your mail? You look at it, and go, I like this. Maybe I'll save it, throw it in the trash. Maybe I'll save it, throw it in the trash. And that's what usually happens, right? The different types of postcards are cool. PropStream does that. Other platforms do that stuff too. I think the letters probably work better with an actual offer in there, or letter of intent works better if you're going to go that route. Postcards are cool, like an opening door, and then maybe a second, then a letter, then hit a postcard, then a letter, and then something else, and maybe a door knock and a call and ring this voice message. Should have all those, what I like to call verticals, right? Each type of marketing is a vertical, and you step in and go in and doing that. What I don't like is when they automatically will charge, or they throw it on forever campaign. Come on. That's really, that's crazy, right? Text is one thing. Email is free, so you can have that forever. But when they got a 21-day campaign or 3 or 4 day campaign or a forever campaign, you want to turn it off. What I'm noticing is that you turn that shit off, turn off the mail sequences, and you turn off the forever email or a postcard thingy, and then you go out of it and you go back in, it's automatically turned back on. So when you have all these leads in there, unless you manually go in for each freaking lead and turn it off and turn it off and turn it off, turn it off, you got 700 leads, you're not going to click 700 buttons, right? You just want to say, do not send out any more fucking email, period, or any postcards, right? That's it. Otherwise, they're going to get nickel and dimed. I mean, you're already hitting, like a chunk of cash to get it started. They got a free trial, 7 days. That's cool, but they can't do very much except for to go in there and see how it works. Can't test the data or anything. Then you go ahead and they'll charge you. And then if you get hammered on, if you're putting leads in there, because there's a feature on there. It says if you pop in a lead, it's going to send out a postcard automatically. Now, they should at least have a pop-up saying, hey, boom, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen, then this is what's going to happen. So you're kind of like charging people without telling them or not knowing. And you can't say, well, watch the videos and do all this other bullshit, because it should be a pop-up saying that if you do this, look, here you go. Do you want to be charged? Otherwise, turn it on, turn it off. Kind of looks like a lawsuit maybe coming down the road if people get pissed off and you're charging them too much for a bunch of shit. But that's just me, right? I don't care. As long as your shit works, and I don't like to be nickel and dimed on platforms, and the data has to be awesome. The skip tracing has to be awesome. So we're going to test the skip tracing as well, see how that rolls and see how it goes, and test it against other platforms and see how good that skip tracing is, and then go from there, right? But it should be able to turn that feature off and say, look, I don't want to have postcards sent out unless I decide for this batch of leads, I'm going to send it out and throw it into a campaign with the postcards and whatever else is going to go out, and calls and dialing and AI and all that shit, right? Not just automatically doing that shit. And then obviously the $50 thing too, right? So $50 recharge, I get it. That's cool. REI Reply does it for Twilio, and you do it for text, you do it for AI. It's all nickel and dime shit that everybody's charging for stuff, but you can monitor it and you can control it to a degree. It's like, for example, they did send out like 65 postcards. It's not a big deal, but I didn't want it to roll out. You sent it out the first time. Get any calls from it? No, right? You probably still got to work it and call it. Just want to see that it worked and this and that. It went out. And then the second time, you'll send it out again. But the feature was off. The feature's off. But when you turn off that feature, it goes back on. So you got to watch it, right? So those are things that are either flaws by accident or on purpose or by design. I don't know. I don't like it. But so far, so I'm going to send in an email to support, let them know about that. Recorded it too, so it shows that you turn it off, you go back in, it's back on. So it just doesn't turn off, right? So you're going to get slammed for some charges that don't need to happen if you don't want them. But that's that. So I'll let you know how that goes. REI Reply is a nice little platform. It's a good platform. I always compare it to Apple and Android. Apple's nice and sexy and locks their shit up, and Android's open, but it's clunky and it's like, user-friendly, nerd, whatever. It works, right? Whatever, however you want to do. But they both got some things that, that have little flaws. So REI Reply is kind of like an Android, right? It's not pretty, but it works. And you plug in all the stuff and it works, and you do it, and it's a machine that does what it needs to do. Send out your text, send out your ringless voice message, send out your emails, send out your campaigns, build campaigns, special campaigns, plugs into your website, landing pages, and all that good stuff, right? So a beautiful, lovely thing. All works together. It is a white label type product that flows through high level, and then, they build it out and sell it to other people. So it could be called REI Apply. It could be called all kinds of different things, but the platform or the user interface looks the same. Which is okay, I guess, if you're into that stuff. So you got to either hire somebody or you got to learn it and make it your biatch and, and understand every part of that platform. CRMs have come a long way from the old clunky stuff to shit that, man, you needed a manual and a PhD and all kinds of degrees just to understand how to work that thing, right? It's a lot easier nowadays. But, with all this API and all these different types of things that plug in with text and ringless voice message and email and all these different other platforms that work together. So it's having that open source, I guess, or API type stuff where you can have a CRM that plugs into all kinds of stuff, which is probably the best way to go. Follow-up Boss, I hear, is pretty hot for the real estate agents that are out there and brokers and stuff. That's, they're the shit. I think they got bought out by Zillow, so that's kind of the only thing that'll make me feel warm and fuzzy, but it is what it is, right? Zillow bought them, I believe, I don't know how long ago, but it works, right? The platform's good. REI Apply is good. There's some other ones out there that I won't mention too much, but, they are what they are. Certain things you cannot do. You can't upload data, or it's got to be all flowing in and things of that nature for your opt-in stuff for text and email and ringless voice messages. The websites that are attached to them. There's some other companies that are coming up or have been around for a little bit. They're pretty badass. They got the AI. It sounds just like your voice, right? I guess it'll clone your voice, right? It'll make the calls for you. So for all you people who don't want to get on the phone or talk to a seller or buyer or investor, well, you can put those scripts together and AI will start learning a little bit about you, and then it'll actually make those calls for you, do those text messages, and have conversations with the people that come in to the system, which is pretty cool. It's obviously not going to close a deal for you, but it'll get you pretty darn close to get you through what we like to call the mission is the submission, right? And get all the information. Then you go ahead and pull that title, take a look, see where the money's at, underwrite it. If it looks good, boom, set up the second appointment, make that phone call to the seller, set up an appointment because now it looks good, looks like you got a deal, set an appointment to go to the property, walk the property, sit down with them, and then work out a deal. Some of your best deals are belly to belly, or if you're face to face on Zoom, or several phone calls that happen to build that relationship first, so they trust you and they like you and they see your website and credibility and who you are and what you do. That helps to get that deal that you can take on and actually lock it up. And with a good type of, or good what's the word I'm looking for? Good return on investment, or works out for a win-win-win situation. Win for the seller, win for the investor, win for you as the wholesaler or investor, right? And it turns out to be a good deal. Now, there's a lot of people that are throwing spaghetti at the wall. That's kind of dying down with the spaghetti at the wall because the AI stuff, right? And people are recognizing AI, and sellers are recognizing, oh, this is AI. Kind of like when we used to have American operators, and you talk to them, and they speak English, and then they started outsourcing stuff to the Philippines and India and Russia and Mexico and all these different voices, and you kind of know, oh my God, okay, you're on the phone with Apple, you're on the phone with Dell, you're on the phone with Chrysler or whatever, and you got these foreigners, and it's frustrating, right? Because you're going, man, this is all bullshit. They're reading from a script and this and that. They can't do this, can't do that, blah blah blah. And it makes it a little difficult, right? So people get used to that. And they're like, nah, you know what? Sheesh, I'd rather just talk to somebody. I'd rather go into the store or the dealership, or I want to talk to someone who's in America and try to get stuff done that way. Some places you can't even make a phone call to talk to somebody. It has to be through email or a text or some crap, right? And I get that. That's by design as well, which sucks. But I just say what happened to customer service at the end of the day, right? So it's all about getting back to that, getting back to customer service, getting back to taking care of your clients and caring about your clients, and not just trying to rush out a product. That's what it's all about after the .com stuff happened, right? Let's just get a product, rush it to market, test it in the market, and the market will make it or break it at the end of the day, right? It's not like it used to be, right? With American products. Test, and you put out a product, and that shit lasts for 30 years, right? And it takes longer, yes, to get to market, but it also, you got a product that sustains and blows away everything else. China does that. They just grab shit, rip it off, steal it, and then put it out and buy it and then sell it to us, right? Sell it to the world. And shit breaks down every 5 seconds, right? You get it, it breaks, this, that, the quality sucks. Or you're trying to get some software out to the market and test here, test there, and beta test. Beta testing is one thing, but unless it's been tested and you got all the flaws out, then you probably don't want to be doing that. But it is what it is. People are doing that. That's just the way it is, right? You send it out and test it in the market. It's not the way I like to do things, but it's just, hey, you got to adapt. You got to adjust, adapt, or perish. I say rock and roll, right? So we're not into perishing. But I want to talk about creative real estate investing. I got my shirt on here. I'm usually suited up like back there today, but it's election day. It's November 5th. So go out and vote and vote and vote. It's your duty. Do what you need to do. Vote for Trump. That's right. I'm saying it. Vote for Trump. I endorse Trump. A lot of people endorse Trump because look, you got the tale of two. Track record, no track record. She tried to run for president. Was the first one out, right? She got lucky when she came back in because they're dealing with the crazy administration, right? Administration that wanted to do this DEI bullshit. Look, I'm Hispanic. Last thing I want to do, don't pity me because I'm Hispanic or because my color is different than a white person, black person, Chinese person, whatever. F all that. It don't matter. You either got enough, you got enough in the tank to rock and roll, or you don't, or you're not even going to try, or are you going to try, right? So that's the bottom line, right? The same thing about, hey, vote for it. It was all about race and race and race and race. Yes, I'm getting a little political here, but now it's about man and woman. Vote for a woman. I'm a woman, so I'm going to vote for a woman. Okay, are you going to go to war? Are you willing, the lady who's willing to vote for the woman in that administration, are you willing to go to war and fight for us? Let us men hang out. We'll make all the clothes and all that good stuff, and they get to go to war. They get to fight, right? We'll be fucked. That's just the way it is, right? And that doesn't mean that it's bad to have a woman, because there's a lot of women that can fight and kick ass, right? There's also a lot of women that are super, super smart, and they're awesome. I don't hear that from this current administration, right? There's no track record. So I can be called whatever you would like to at the end of the day, man, woman, whatever, but it just comes down to common sense. Everything is common sense. I don't get it, right? Some people, unless you've been through it or you've walked in my shoes and I've walked in your shoes and vice versa, then we don't know. But I know I've walked in, my shoes, and I put myself in other people's shoes as well and try to understand their side of the situation, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not adding up, right? Everything that's being done is corrupt and wrong, first of all. Two, there's no record for it. Look at what's there. We know it's common sense. It's a simple economics, right? To a degree. And over here, there's no policies. Yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and we're keeping everything the same. We're going to raise taxes and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense to them because it lines their pockets and keeps them in control, right? They want to abolish and destroy the police department. They want to abolish, and destroy what's the word I'm looking for? You got the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech. Second, and then we have the Constitution, right? They want to squash all that, because if they squash all that, then they can just, hey, we're no longer the United States of America, right? We just turn into a giant communist country, and things are going to go sour, right? We will, like they're saying. I've been thinking about it. World War III, really? I don't think so. But you know what? It can happen with the wrong people. And if they think they're vulnerable, and there's a lot of resources here in the United States of America that a lot of other countries want, right? The last thing you want to do is come in, because Americans have, yes, firearms to protect themselves. Second Amendment. So you're not going to see China and Russia flying out of the sky and dropping out of the sky because, hey, the military and all fellow Americans are not going to they'll take that shit down, right? They're going to fight for their country. It'll look ugly. They'd rather just do it slowly and take it away the way they're doing it now. Eventually, they've already shipped out all the jobs. They've already shipped out all the manufacturing. Already shipped out all the pharmaceuticals and all that shit. That's the stupidest freaking thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. But hey, I'm not running the country, right? I don't work in government, right? They do what they got to do, and we all vote to put certain people in place to do what they need to do. It is what it is. So do what you need to do. This is it, right? Even in Think and Grow Rich, right? In the book, it says, look, you know what? Politics are politics, and if you don't like them, then it doesn't mean, oh, I hate them, I don't want to do it, or I don't want to mess with it. No, that means you get in, you do what you need to do, and vote certain things out to have the future for our kids and then their kids, and continue to move forward and do what you need to do. Anyways, that's my rant and rave for that. Just go out and vote. I voted. Hopefully you vote. And tonight at midnight, look, forever it's been what? Midnight, we're done. There's no, hey, we need to count for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's the stupidest, most retardedest. Is that even a word, right? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, right? And if people are going to believe that, that's insane. It's insane that it's going to take that long. It doesn't. Be done by tonight, period. We should be done by freaking midnight like we've always been done. I've always done before in the past. So vote, vote, vote. Yes, too big to rig. Stand in line and do not get out of that line and keep on, stay there forever. Not forever, but stay there for as long as you need to get your vote in, right? The machines turning off and the electrical turning off and the gas and the water and all that good stuff. Of course, it happens today. There's no such thing as a coincidence, right? There's no such thing. Things do not happen like that, right? That's not, whoops, what's that? Oh, little bug there. Those are anomalies that do not happen. They're done on purpose. They're done by design. Anyways, that's that. But come and join us at the Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. There's a link right here. There's a, right there, boink, scan that right there, boom, join the live now. Well, that's not for right now, but that's for November 20th, okay? Scan that, November 20th. And we're going to get in and talk about what? Creative real estate investing. How can it help you? right? Because once we rock and roll and move into the new administration, we're rocking and rolling and we're bringing jobs back to America and things are rocking, opportunities there. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing to go ahead and learn creative real estate investing, right? How can you find a piece of real estate? One deal will help you change your life. Guarantee you that, right? Can you imagine, even wholesaling. Wholesaling is 5, 10, 15, 20,000 bucks, depending on where you're at in the United States of America. Fix and flip a property, minimum 35 in the Midwest, minimum 50 to 60,000 East Coast, West Coast, right? For fixing and flipping a property, or helping out your fellow American down the road who has a property and it's just an eyesore and you want to help them, but nobody wants to buy the property because nobody wants to fix it up and nobody wants to list it and they don't have the money to fix it. But you can come along, we can come along and help you and help out our fellow American and put a nice, beautiful house back on the market, put a nice family back into the market. Not like that family was not nice. It's just they're probably tired. A lot of, we don't know. A lot of us don't know what's going on inside in our personal lives. That's why, anxiety and depression and all this stuff is so crazy because we got these things. We got instant access and dopamine download every 5 freaking seconds. That's stressful. Like, I'm a product of the 80s, right? I was made in America. We didn't have those things. We had payphones. So, we didn't get that stressed out about stuff. And then, play rock and roll or whatever, whatever gets your goat and you move forward. And I admit, I didn't know who the president was because I didn't care. It didn't affect me. Not like it does today. Today is totally different because there's so much stuff that people know and it's right there on the phone from every generation from, 7 years old to 70 plus, and it has to make a decision on what's going to happen to our country, right? Country is based on the melting pot of everybody coming together. Because I know Americans, man, when Americans get together and they got to stand up and take some stuff down, that means going up against other countries or helping the allies. America does it because they're proud of what? They're proud of their country, proud of the flag, proud of of building something special for their family, along with other fellow Americans in this great country. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's why I love America. I always say I'm as American as apple pie, right? And that's a cliche. Because it's true. It's just who I want to be. Am I Hispanic? Am I Mexican? Am I Iranian? Am I Hindu or whatever? No, I'm American. I am an American made in America and proud of it. So should you be. That's what we're here for. That's what everybody comes to America for. But I'm getting off track again, right? So let's go ahead and just wanted to share a couple things again with you. Check that out. There goes Mr. Sweden down there. He's helping us out with Amp Live and a couple of websites that are coming down the wire, Amp Live Media. We got an app that want to release this month if we can get it done. Simple app so we can have some creative real estate on demand. You can scan that QR code right there. I believe it's right there. Lock in your spot for the Creative Real Estate Investing Domination Live Meetup. It'll be myself. I'm going to bring out some guests and a few other people. We're going to talk about an actual property that's in Missouri that we're going to fix and flip and show you how we did it, how it went down, and how other properties, if you're in Missouri, Florida, New York, Texas, California. A lot of people are afraid of Southern California or California because of the price points and laws and regulations. It's easy peasy. It's not easy peasy. You just need to know what to do. What you don't know is what you don't know until you do know. And that's what we're here for, to help you know the know, which is a great thing because I always say you'll be 1 to 3%. The 1 to 3%, if you work with us, you'll be part of that 1 to 3% that do know. The other 97% of America is not going to understand creative real estate investing, how it works, and how you can help build your own legacy, help other fellow Americans, right, with their property and their situations and issues, and solving those problems, and them making some money, and you make some money, we make some money, investor makes some money, lenders, everybody makes money. You put a house back on the market to either sell it and fix it and flip it, put it back on the market so it's on the books again, right? So the schools get their taxes and everybody gets their money in the city. Or you buy and hold it, clean it up, fix it up, and you buy and hold and you cash flow it and put a nice renter in there. And again, it's doing what? The house is back on the books, taxes are being paid, and everybody's getting their tax money and stuff, right? And you're help beautifying your own neighborhood. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing, right? Whether it's a autism house, assisted living property, or sober living, depending on the location, right? A lot of things can be done, even the co-living stuff, right? It's just another word. Co-living is just another fancy word to say, hey, it's roommates, but it's under a different contract, and you treat it a little bit differently, and you call it co-living, right? Professionals living in the same property with some amenities. It's no different than roommates, but it's maybe a couple of levels higher, and you make more money. And it's you got to pick the right areas near schools and hospitals and things of that nature, or freeways, right? Demographics where people are going to work. And you can, instead of getting, let's say in California, 2, 3, 4, $2,500, 34, whatever, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, you'll be able to, double, triple maybe, right? Your cash flow and rent by doing it in a different way. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I will get into that on November 20th. That's going to be a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Scan that QR code right there, and we'll go ahead and lock in your spot. It's free. Doesn't cost you a dime. I'm going to talk more about me and myself and how I got started and how I can help you, how we can help you, what our cause and mission truly is for our fellow Americans across the United States of America. I'm going to share the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to share 5 things that and mistakes that you don't want to make when you're getting into this type of business, right? I'm also going to share 5 things that you're going to want to do, right, to expand and grow your business and to be more profitable in using leverage. Leverage, beautiful, beautiful word. Love that word, right? Just like Trump when he says tariffs, right? It's one of the most beautiful words. Well, leverage is one of the most beautiful words that comes out of my mouth and that I enjoy. Is leverage, leverage, leverage for an astronomical return on investment based on structuring these creative real estate investing deals and doing them correctly. Okay, that's the key thing. All right, so let me go on to the next one right here. I believe this is the same thing. Oh, okay. So here it is. Here's the official flyer. The Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup presented by Amp Live Media and VIP Execs team. So they're the ones that are sponsoring this. It's VIP Execs Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. So if you are looking for a home, definitely give us a chat, or I'll point you in the right direction to the broker, see if you're a good fit. Or you're looking for a home, or maybe you want to get a real estate license, or maybe you're thinking, do I get a real estate license? Do I need one? Can I do this without a license? Yes, you can. Do I need a license? No, you don't. Do you have to have one? No, you don't. Should I get one? Maybe, because you can make money on both sides, right? In the private sector and the public sector, right? And and playing in the same market, you might go, hey, I like this better on this side than I do over here in the private sector. So I'm going to share all those things with you. We're going to go and share a little bit, myself and family, what's going on, share what's going on throughout the United States of America, and what type of deals are being done. And can you do this with single family? Yes. Can you do it with commercial? Yes. Can you do it with apartment buildings? Yes. Can you do it with a $40,000 property? Yes. Can you do it with a $40 million property? Yes, you can. Okay. It's just the numbers, you're just adding some more zeros, or is all you're really doing. But we want to get back to customer service, into in-person networking. Yes, it still exists. If you're in California, so we're going to be going live in a location in the studio, and then we're probably going to be going live in the Midwest through one of the properties that we're working on, and then going virtual throughout the United States, just so you can come in. I'm going to go through with the presentation. We'll do a little open in about 30 minutes. So everybody can talk and see where everybody's coming from, where you're from, what state, what city, what's going on. And then we're going to shut it down and going to go on, put on a presentation and share with you what creative real estate investing is and how it can help you and others across the United States of America, and to see if it's for you. And then we're going to do a little Q&A. Okay, so we'll do about towards the end. And I'll stay as long as you need to. We'll stay as long as you need to get all your answers, or your questions answered, is what I'm saying. It's been a long day, and it's crazy because the election's happening. But I wanted to just kind of share this right now. Came on earlier just to share my opinion, and like my dad always used to say, so opinions are like assholes. Excuse the the S-bombs and all that good stuff, but opinions are like a-holes, and everybody has one. It's not a bad thing. It's that we do, and we're allowed to, because we're in America. It's called the First Amendment. We're allowed to speak our minds and allowed to share these things. And if you don't like it, then we can talk about it, or you can say, you know what, I just don't want to watch this anymore. I don't like this guy. I don't like this lady. I do it. I'm like, hey, I'm not sure about that guy or this girl, whatever. It's my opinion, or I'm not sure about that opinion, right? I'm going to do my research. I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, what do you think? Or whatever product it is, or, I'm just kind of rambling on here. But be there November 20th on a Wednesday, 7 p.m. It'll be an awesome opportunity for you. Take the time to do it. You're going to learn a lot. I guarantee you that. You're going to learn a lot, and you may learn stuff that you probably never even heard of. Or if you have, you're going to it's just going to get your mind going, this is awesome. What can I do with it? Can I really do it? And I'm going to say, yes, anybody can do it. If you can punch your way out of a paper bag, you can follow directions, you can take action, and then you're going to get results. I guarantee you'll get results. Then we rinse and repeat. Okay. What you don't know is what you don't know, but you will know working with us. Okay, I always see it. I'm gonna wrap it up with one analogy. It's kind of like when we have mentees getting and working with us out of the gate, and they're like, "Hey, the first 30 days, we're breaking down deals, we're doing some role play, start surfing for deals and talking with sellers who want and need to sell, and then all of a sudden we're getting submissions and things of that nature, and then we're like, I got to get the submission, right? Do I call these people? Not call these people?" And then what starts happening is that bug keeps rolling. It's just being consistent, right? We won't move forward unless you're comfortable with what's happening. So everything needs to transpire in that manner, or you understand the method, or we don't move forward, okay? And the great thing about it is that it's one-on-one. We're working together, okay? And we're going to be working together and some coaching all together. And that's pretty much what's going to happen. But I'm going to answer a lot of your questions on, why does this work? Can you really buy a property for $10, $100? What is sub 2? What is subject to existing financing? What is rent to own? What are lease options, right? What are all these other terms in regards to real estate? I'm going to share those with you. I'm also going to share with you on how to build your own private bank so you can do friendship deals, work deals, whether you want to fix, flip, buy, and hold. Doesn't matter. We're going to work with you on all those things because that's what we do. We love that stuff, right? We're just going to do our part. I look at it as doing our part, and that's what AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America was born is based on that, right? Based on helping our fellow Americans, right? Doing our part, our little part to get America back on track. And that's been the mission before any of this that's going on with the elections and all that good stuff, only because of the last cycle, 2010, 11, 12, right? And I don't even want to mention who was president. I don't even want to give it the time, but people had 2 or 3 jobs and it was horrible, right? That's just it. That's what we're here. So it's a true cause and mission. If you're willing to show up to the party, then we will always show up to the party because we always do. We'll rock and roll, right? 90%, like Cardone says, 90% is just showing up. Because if you show up, things happen. The momentum moves. You move the needle, and things start happening. Manifestation happens. If you just sit on the couch or you sit at home or you think, man, this is not going to work, or I listen to all these podcasts, I did this video, I did that course, I did that, I spent this much money on this program and it didn't work, and I got a Facebook group and PDFs and videos and all this stuff didn't work. I get it. That's why AHA and Amp Live were born, just for that, because I know what's there and I want to share it with you. Once you understand how the mechanics work and we have a chit chat, you can book some free time. I believe I might have something here. I'll pull it up real quick. If you want to book 15, 20 minutes of your time with myself, that'd be an honor. I'll be more than happy to do that. You can go right here and you can scan that QR code. That's going to be for November 20th, okay? I'm going to pull this up. This is for that QR code right there is for the Creative Real Estate Domination Live Meetup. Scan that. Or actually, at least you'll lock your spot in. But as far as having some time with me specifically, one-on-one, if you got questions, I'm definitely looking forward to helping you in any capacity that I can. It's going to be right here, I believe. See what I did with it. I'm not sure if this is the one. We'll find out. That's for the one-on-one. Register. Lock in your spot. 30-day challenge. Okay, let me see that's the one on top over there. Sorry about that. Let me see where it's at. Oh, this is it right here. I found it. There it is. I didn't find it. That's actually, you can scan that for something free. Let's get instant access to my free surfing for deals. If you're looking for sellers and you want to explode your email, your phone, and text with sellers that say, hey, I need to sell. I want to sell. It's a free video. There's a video that shows you how to do that and some cheat sheets and templates. Scan that QR code. That's just a gift for watching. But let me get this. Join me for my free deal breakdown. Instant access. Surfing for deals challenge. Oh, there it is. There's so many. This is a cool system here, RE Stream. So they got everything all put together. Still kind of even have been using it for a while. There's still so much stuff. But you can go ahead and scan that QR code right there, and you can book a live breakout call with myself and my team. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you a dime. But if you scan that QR code right there, let me see if I can put this back up over here. You can see my mug. But you can scan that QR code right there, and you can book a free call. I'll answer any questions that you have as long as it's creative. Don't have to be just real estate related, period, right? And if I can point you in the right direction, I will. If I can, if it's a good fit, then we'll move forward in any capacity, whether it's our one-on-one mentoring program, one of the coaching programs, or it's just, hey, you know what? I got some stuff. I want to send it to you. I got some deals. Can you look at them? Hey, maybe we'll joint venture. Maybe we'll fund you. Maybe we'll buy them for you or point you in the right direction saying, hey, I would suggest do this, this, and this, and that might be better for you, okay? No harm, no foul, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you watching. Scan that QR code to have a nice powwow together in regards. Trust me, it'll open up your eyes. I'll probably blow your mind when we're done with the phone call. You can scan this right here. That is for the Creative Real Estate Domination Network live meetup. Scan that, lock in your spot. It's going to be November 20th, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. I know it sounds corny, but it's true, right? It's definitely, it'll be an opportunity for you. It'll open up your eyes. Okay, and whether you work with us or not, there'll be some awesome stuff that we're going to give to you and share with you, and you can take it home with you. Once it's in your mind, nobody can take it from you. That's the biggest takeaway, okay? And I'll share with you on the 5 things you don't want to do or mistakes you don't want to make. And I'm going to share several things that you're going to want to do that you can probably do right now and take it into the field and get results, okay? So look forward to speaking with you. I'm Eric from AHA Americans, helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, the only program of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America. And yes, sometimes 7 days a week, because that's when deals are done. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? We don't rock the banker hours because deals are done after the banking hours, right? We're one of the only programs on the planet that does that. So you're not going to get 20,000 PDFs in a Facebook group with the blind leading the blind and and tons of videos, right? We get straight to the meat and potatoes of what needs to happen. There'll be those things there, but only after to reiterate what you have learned, okay? And AMP Live Media that powers all this good stuff and marketing and things of that nature, specifically for our company and other mentees across and students across the United States of America, and as well as for VIP execs. VIP Execs Realty and Lending. Step into Excellence is a brokerage that can obviously here in Southern California find you properties, work with you on properties. If you're looking to buy, sell, fix, and flip and all that good stuff as well, we can help you with that. Or if you got a house that you need to sell quickly, we can get that done for you. Or if it's anywhere else in the United States of America, we got a huge network in the United States of America as well as internationally. We can help you that way as well. Okay. So once again, I'm Eric. Stay tuned for Wednesday, tomorrow, for Wellness Wednesday and the AMP Live Real Estate Show. And then back on Friday for Friday highlights, Pulse of Real Estate, and the Erick Report for the AMP Live Real Estate Show as well. And then on Saturday, we have Saturday training live in the fields once again, for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. You can go to amplivemedia.com, take a look at some stuff that's rolling there, and go also check out AmericansHelpingAmericans.net. And if you're interested, if you got something to sell, and you need some help on the traditional side, go to VIPexecs.com. Rock and roll in all what you do. Make sure you go out and vote. Midnight. Things are going to change. Midnight, it has to happen, right? Prayers. The power of prayer, the power of the people. The one of many. Rock and roll.